So the Data, Insights and Impact Cluster aim to bring clarity across the skills system using a whole host of data, insights and information, really looking at Scotland's economy, labour market and skills system. There's a lot of change going on across the economy and the labour market and the skills system. So what we aim to do is just bring clarity to everything that's going on, whether it be technological change or what we see going on with the transition to net zero, really aiming to bring together all the data, insight, like I say, a lot of that held within Skills Development Scotland, but also a lot of information and insight from across a range of partners to really bring that together, create a really nice narrative and intelligence that everybody can use, not just ourselves at SDS. What used to be a COVID Insights publication is now called the Economy, People and Skills publication. So we do that monthly. We include new real-time indicators around job postings, as well as a host of economic and labour market insight. We also on an annual basis do regional skills assessments and sectoral skills assessments. So they place a really strong lens on what's happening in Scotland's regions and what's happening across Scotland's sectors as well, to support people understand, I suppose, information that's really relevant to them and their settings and what they might do. We have the Regional Skills Assessment Data Matrix, which covers actually more than just regions. So that's a really great product for people who are wanting to get down to local level information, who might have a range of uses. The Evidence Suite is used for a wide range of purposes. For example, we know that employers use it to help them understand the macroeconomic climate as well, and there's a whole host of other uses. So we know our public sector agency partners also use it to really get beneath the headlines, given that we really focus in on skills, workforce and the labour market perhaps more than any other. Sometimes some of the challenges, there's so much information out there, it's how to make sense of it. So we do that, and by doing that in a really clear, concise way, we use really robust methods to help us to do that. It talks about that big economic picture at the national level, which is UK and Scotland, but what we do through the suite of products is break that down for regions, for sectors, and then all the way down to local authority level as well, so people can really get into the information and access it in a way that's most specific and best suited to their particular needs. But the team is made up of colleagues who perhaps have a background in careers, information, advice and guidance, all the way through to your true economist, it'd be like. So we're a really diverse team, and what that allows us to do is really engage with data perhaps and insight in different ways. So we're able to do the core analysis, but also that interpretation point that I've said as well. By diverse backgrounds, we're able to engage with that information, translate it and understand it for a wide range of audiences. So a diverse team with a really strong core around economic labour market expertise. So this job is really interesting, really varied and diverse. We get to be, I get to be a geek at times. I get to just get behind my desk and get into some data and really kind of indulge in that. But at the same time, be able to go out and talk to stakeholders and partners and really understand and hear from them, whether that be around the intelligence that they hold and data that they hold, or actually what their needs are and what we need to think about as an organisation around the intelligence that we offer. So it's really varied. We get to be professionally curious in a number of different ways and get to work with great people.